Alright, so we actually have an option for a couple different ships because, like I said, I played this a bit. So I've got a few other ships. We have the Kestrel, the Tortoise, and the Bulwark. I'm going to stick with the Kestrel because I'm most comfortable with that one. Yeah, and we were given 3 crew members, 2 weapons, and we're all good to go. The data you carry is vital for the remaining Federation fleet. You need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so this is our beacon map, and our goal is to get over here, and we can only do that by going between beacon to beacon to beacon to beacon to beacon, and so on and so forth. And, pretty soon, the rebels, you'll start to see them come out, after a few rounds. But we're going to explore as much of the sector as I can before the rebels come, because once they come, you can't get anything. There's actually a distress beacon down here, so we're going to take a little trip down here and go see if they need any help. The distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. The satellite defense system has gone haywire, and their repair crew can't approach it without being fired on. They're looking for help to fix or disable it. Destroy the defense system from a distance or leave them alone. Now this would seem like the great idea, but in these type of situations, a lot of times you can get hurt. So if, for example, my hull was really low on shielding, I might want to leave them alone, but I'm going to try. You fire a few volleys from a distance, and it is clear the defense system is no match for your weapons. However, the station does not seem happy with your solution. You salvage what you can and jump before there's trouble. So, we did the right thing, but they're kind of mad. And we managed to salvage a little bit of fuel, which we need 1 fuel for each jump we make on our little jumpy thing. And I think we got some missiles and some scrap. Scrap's super important. It's currency, and it is what we need to upgrade our different systems. And we will definitely be upgrading soon. Hopefully I don't tragically die. I've died on the first turn before. It's really sad. You arrive at the distress beacon near a small asteroid belt and find a ship with pirate markings illegally crushed between 2 large rocks. Partially. They're not illegally crushed. We must have been illegally mining the belt without proper equipment. So, should we try to dislodge the ship by shooting at the rocks or destroy and loot the ship? They're just pirates. Well, this way we could get a little more out of, but we could get hurt. But like I said, I have plenty of hull strength, so we're going to try it. You fire a few volleys into the rock and then start to shudder and break apart. Without shields, the pirate ship takes a beating, but eventually pulls free. They thank you for your assistance. So fuel, drone parts, and scrap. Cool. Let's see. I need 50, because I need 20 plus 30 before I can get more shielding. Ooh, I like this upgrade. You can see into enemy ships' interiors, which, you could do before, but you couldn't do it with very much accuracy. Like, you couldn't see what they looked like, you could just tell where their systems were. You detect a rebel automated ship nearby. It is not engaged and seems to be patrolling around a long-range sensor station. So we could avoid provoking the ship, which may not work. You can attack the automated ship to get to the sensor station, which will get us some goodies, so we're going to do that. Auto scouts are not any trouble at all, so we're going to fight them. Alright. So they have no shielding, so I'm not actually going to use a missile, because missiles can be valuable. We're going to attack their weapon system, and oh, I can increase our evasion chance. There we go. And I will move our brave travelers into the different areas. Okay. Let me explain. They have an ion cannon on their ship. That's what that thing was. And it shot my shields and it disabled my shields temporarily, which is kind of annoying. So they managed to get a good shot on us through our shields. Now that their weapon systems are down, they can't attack back. So I think 1 more volley and we got it. Oh, I've been talking so much, I'm sorry. There's a lot to this game, but it's a lot of fun. You access the recent scans from the unguarded station. Your map has been updated with details of the surrounding area. Get a little scrap, and most important thing is we got a map. So, when you get maps, sometimes you can get them from people trying to help you, or in this case, you'll get them from attacking people. They will point out all the important things. So, for example, there's a store here, which we might want to take a look at. It's kind of on our way, so we could. We have These little areas are areas where ships are going to be at, enemy ships. The ones with the circles in them are danger areas, so this one appears to be close to the sun, so we could have the sun flares attacking us, so we're going to avoid that if possible. This one also is near to a sun. We go here. Okay, so there's a nebula here, but we kind of have to go. The problem with the nebula is we won't be able to see inside our own ship, but we had to go this way. It appears that an automated rebel scout was positioned within the nebula to warn you of your passing. Ship starts to power up his FTL drive and gets away. It'll no doubt warn the fleet of your position. I haven't ever had them actually get away, so I don't know if the fleet speeds up or what, but we're not going to let that happen. We're going to attack their piloting systems and be all nice and happy. Actually, slightly disable that. Also attack their weapons. Sorry. Okay. So, let me pause for a second. So now our oxygen system's been attacked, and it's not producing oxygen. That doesn't mean we're going to die. That just means that our oxygen level is going to slowly go down. And it doesn't need to be repaired. If we don't get it repaired, we will die in about a minute? 2? Something? So I will send this guy over here. Wow, you guys are vicious. I'll send this guy over here just to repair that. The ship breaks apart and you feel a relief in the knowledge that you will hopefully still be one step ahead of the fleet. So, yeah, we need to repair our oxygen because it's going down. But he should be able to repair it in plenty of time. Yep. And everyone's all healthy and happy. Another thing I've noticed, so we have our different people in here, right? Now if you notice, we have just a tiny little green bar right here. The more your person works in a certain area, the more experience they get. So we're going to try to keep each person in their different areas, because, for example, if this person gets leveled up in shielding, we'll get an extra shield comebackness, regeneration. Okay, we're going to take a visit to the store now. That would certainly be a good idea. A transmission from a nearby planet indicates an outpost below which offers supplies to travelers. You send down an away party to check it out. Alright, so these are all the things this current store sells. Every store sells a certain selection, and they almost never sell the same thing. So let's take a look to see if we need anything. We can fix the hull here, which I'll do. Drone recovery arm. So these are augmentations, and they're kind of useful. Like, for example, if I were to use drones, every time we'd make a jump, I'd lose the parts. So that's what this little number here is, and if I had this drone recovery arm, I wouldn't lose the parts. Stealth weapons. Prevent your weapon fire from disrupting your cloak. So if we had a cloak, that'd be another thing that we could be using, but we're not going to. Allows the ship to jump to any previously visited beacon. Kind of useful. We can buy fuel here. We can buy missiles and drone parts, but we don't really need either. I've got plenty of fuel. I don't use missiles a lot, but I like to save them. Ooh, Pegasus missile. That sounds kind of neat. I don't have enough money for it. Burst Laser Mark III. Also useful. And in addition, we can sell items we don't need. This missile, I would sell it, but it actually is useful until I have enough to afford another missile, or I get another missile launcher. So we're going to keep it for now, but later we'll probably sell it. Okay. Another thing, so this little thing right here is the coming of the rebel fleet, and these sectors have rebels in them, and you know, I won't be able to gain any resources from going to them, and you know, they'll just be rebels and whatnot. So we need to stay ahead of that if possible and try to jump before we get hit by that. These scans reveal an ore refinery and several factories, all standing still and empty. No life signs detected. Okay. That means we didn't really have anything here. Yeah, we'll make a trip over here. We want to explore as much of the area as possible. By the time you notice a rebel ship behind the beacon, it's too late to avoid a fight. Okay, another fight. By the way, I like this music in this game. It's really good. Alright, so we'll we'll punch at their shields, and then while they're down, we can shoot them with our burst laser. There we go. And I try to preserve the missiles as much as possible. Okay, so this is them waving their little white flag. They'll do this occasionally. It'll only happen with ships with people in them, or, you know, with life forms. They won't do it with automated ships, obviously. They offer to give you some of their goods if you don't destroy their ship. So we'll get 4 fuel, 1 drone, and 11 scrap. Now, this is the key point right here. Let's say, for example, if we were doing really good, like if we were doing really badly, but we managed to get them down this far, and we don't want to continue the fight because they might kill us, we might say, we'll accept your offer. But they're really close to being dead, and sometimes when you do this, you'll get a little more out of it. So 4 fuel, 1 drone, 11 scrap. Let's see what we get out of it. Come on, burst laser. Oh, our ship's actually damaged. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got 2 fuel, 2 missiles. Okay, so we got a tiny bit more scrap, less fuel, but no drones, but we got missiles, so not a bad trade. Usually it's not bad, you know, to kill them or not kill them, unless you see something that's really good. But I usually kill them. I'm a terrible person. Okay, also, we could also use additional crew members, so if I see an opportunity to do that, we will probably jump on it. Let's jump up here. We still got a little more time to fly around. You detect 2 ships. One is chasing the other. Scanners show the pursuer is a pirate, so we could stay out of it, you know, not hurt ourselves, or we could aid the civilian ship, which we will do. I almost always fight enemies, unless I'm really hurting. Let's go for their weapon system again. We have a burst laser, by the way, that fires 3 lasers, so one can get through their shielding, another one can attack, and another one could attack again. If any of them miss, I've still got an extra, I can still attack them. Like that, I did a little damage, but I missed once. We're also going to want to get our shields up to level 2 soon. That will greatly assist us. Because level 1 shields are pretty wimpy. They're good against single firing enemies, but enemies that shoot more than 1 shot are a problem. Oh, and this is a Mantis guy. He gets, like, there's different races. So we have humans, which, like a lot of games, humans don't do anything special. They're just humans. Then we have this guy, this little green guy that looks like a praying mantis. He's called Mantis, or that's what his race is anyway. And they're excellent fighters, which means if they actually get onto your ship, like if they have a teleporter to teleport onto your ship, they will do double damage, but I think they have like half repair time. Like they're not as good at repairing. Oh, okay. Okay, so we saved a civilian ship. They respond, "It's a good thing you came when you did. We'd be dead now otherwise. I'm a shipwright and I'd like to help you. I'd like to help you like you helped me." The captain offers to install a piece of equipment on your ship, so he'll give us 10 scrap and a firebomb. Now, I've never seen a firebomb. Self-teleporting explosive designed to damage crew members in light fires. You can target your own ship. Yeah, that could be useful. We can use that to... When there's fire, they usually leave their posts and try to go put out the fire, so that could be definitely useful. We'll use that. Requires 2 power. It's not too bad. It does require a missile. Might not use it too much. Okay, so we can get enough power for our shields. So this is where power management becomes important, because I can power up my shields, but I have no weapons, and weapons are important. I can do a few things, like I can partially power my engines and unpower my med bay, which means they won't be able to heal if they go to the med bay, but if I really needed the med bay, I could, you know, turn off my engines temporarily and power up the med bay. So, you know, power management is important in this situation. Another thing I can do, and this is a pretty risky maneuver, but if you pay attention, you can benefit from it. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to have both these out, and I need 1 power for this missile launcher. Where am I going to get it from? For some reason, I need my engines. I can turn off my oxygen supply, power that. Now you notice my oxygen is counting down. It's a risky maneuver because I can't do this for long, but I can do this for about a minute. I like to keep it above 30% oxygen, because at 5% they start getting hurt, and you know, if something happens, I want to have a little room to work with. So turning off your oxygen system is a good way of doing this, and, you know, it's all part of managing your systems. I usually keep the medbay off just to spread that somewhere else unless I've got extra power. Okay, I'd like to fly around a bit more, but it doesn't look like... I don't want to go near the sun. The suns are hard to fight on. So we'll just be exiting the sector now. You arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next section. As you arrive in the system, you're hailed by a loyal settlement. Upon learning of your quest, they offer you supplies. So, you know, we gained a little supplies, fuel, drone parts, and scrap. Not bad. I can actually buy another power bar with that. There we go, and now I can spread out the love a little bit. Okay, now we can jump to the next sector. So now we have an option of sectors. We can go to the rock-controlled sector or the Mantis-controlled sector. And so the rock-controlled sector, these people have a lot of health, these rock people. We actually had one that we fought on the other ship. The Mantis have, you know, extra fighting ability. I'd like to go for the health people, because the Mantis people will cut you up bad, like real fast. Because usually whatever sector you go to is what you find a lot of. The rock people are a powerful and proud race. It is not unheard of to have a peaceful journey through their lands, but don't count on it. Alright, let's go up here. Okay. The captain of a rock fighter lost in the asteroid field hails you. Our coordinates led us here, but only death greets us. What must be, must be. Death to all. You power up the battle systems and wonder how long they've been stuck here. So, this is another one of our dangers, an asteroid field. What's going to do is it's going to pelt tiny little asteroids at us, which will take out a shield every time. Since we have 2 shielding, we should probably be okay as long as they don't have a weapon that shoots a lot of shots. Anyway, let's target their weapon systems. Yeah, and see, this is even going to help us because they only have 1 shield, so the asteroids are going to keep pelting them and possibly take out some stuff themselves, or at least weaken their shielding. Oh, oxygen is down. But we have enough shielding to avoid most asteroids. The only problem we have is getting hit by a missile, possibly... Let's try this firebomb. I want to try it out. We're going to attack this guy in here that... Oh wait, no, I don't think he gets affected by fire, actually. Yeah, the rock people are immune to fire damage. I forgot. I like this music. It's pretty good. Alright. Oh, and now they have a fire in here. They're immune to fire damage, so they're really good at putting out fires. And, oh yeah, another thing. Let's say, for example, we are having a really bad time at this mission. We could actually make an FTL drive jump out of the system, like, during the fight, if we are, you know, doing really bad, but we have to wait for it to charge. And the only way it'll charge is if the engines are good, and if there's a pilot in the seat. Alright, so some more useful materials. Ooh, distress beacon. Let's go check that out. Locate the source of the distress call in a nearby human mining colony. An unknown disease has spread violently among the workers. They are trying to set up a quarantine to mitigate the spread of the disease, but lack of any enforcement and riot seems likely. I could send my crew in to help. With the visible threat of your weapons, the infected becomes subdued enough for you to set up a rudimentary quarantine. However, before you leave, one of your crew presents signs of infection. You have no choice but to leave them on the station in hopes that they will discover your cure quickly. You leave before more crew scum. So this is really bad because we just lost a crew member. Losing crew members is really bad if you don't have many. But we did get some fuel, drone parts, and scrap. So we're going to move you to the shielding system, even though you're better at working the weapons. Shielding is probably the most important, and piloting is important in case you need to make a jump out. Alright, hopefully we can pick up another crew member somewhere, either purchasing or getting one. You see a small trading post and ask about refueling, but they respond, "Go away, we don't serve your kind here." Well, fine then. Be all uppity and rude. Let's see if I care. You receive a hail on Federation frequencies. Your Federation? We weren't sure we'd ever see a friendly face again. There's little business here. Perhaps you'd like to trade? Certainly. So we have an automated reloader, which cools down weapon shots. That could be useful. I don't have quite enough to buy it, though. We'll sell the firebomb. Not too useful. Oh, okay, so here are some more systems. So we have drone control, which... Drone controllers are pretty cool. You can get drones to do things like repair your ship, fight enemies, shoot down missiles, attack the enemy themselves, all sorts of cool things. Crew teleporter. We'd actually send our crew members to board enemy vessels. That's useful if you have good attack people. Because if you can kill all the enemies on the ship presents no no fight. But only 2 crew members, that's, not a possibility right now. Cloaking. It's really expensive, but cloaking cloaks the ship, makes us evade really well, and prevents the enemy ship from locking on with their weapons, and you only cloak for short periods of time. And it's really expensive, but, it could be super useful, but we're not going to use that. We will buy the automated reloader. Then we have the FTL jammer, which scrambles the enemy ship's FTL computers. Sometimes they'll try to jump from battle, but if you got that, you can make it work better. We're actually going to buy that augment and repair our ship, and we should be good otherwise. So, yep, automated reloader. We're going to have 15% better shooting, which is good. We still need more crew members. As long as you have 1, you can still, pilot the ship, but I like to have 3 at a minimum, if I can help it. 1 on the pilot seat, 1 in the shielding, and 1 at the weapons, and then having more, you can put them in other places. The distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. Their satellite defense system has gone haywire. Okay, so this is the same thing as before. You fire a few volleys but aren't able to penetrate the defense system shields. Its weapons have no trouble piercing yours, though, and you take minor damage before escaping. The station will need help to find help elsewhere. So that's why, if I was low on hull, like if I only had 2 bars left, I wouldn't want to try to fight that. That could have been bad for us. But since we had full hull shielding, we're okay. Ship refueling station is stationed at this beacon. We can purchase fuel here. I'll buy a little bit. So sometimes you'll find random little guys that are selling one thing for another thing explicitly. And that can be helpful. Okay, so we want to upgrade these doors, because if enemies board our ships, they'll slow down them. I want to upgrade shielding, but that's sort of later on when we can get more scrap, because that costs a lot at this point to get 3. That's not terribly important. Yet. Because we need more power. Oxygen refill, it's kind of useful, but not really, because we still get, oxygen, it's just not as fast. Weapon control, which, if we had more weapons it'd be useful, but with what we have right now it's okay. We could increase how fast we heal in the med bay, and then we could buy more reactor. We're probably going to go for more reactors soon, and then upgrade our door system. A ship without life forms within a nearby dense asteroid field is giving off a distress call. Shall we investigate? It could be dangerous. Find a pirate ship damaged and abandoned. You salvage what you can and move on. So, a little bit useful. Alright. There we go. Let's jump onto our next area. Store up here. Let's go check it out. I don't really have much of anything to buy, but we can take a look. The rock tolerate few aliens in their space, but even they seem to respect the wisdom of the Zoltan. A few of them have established a trading post in the husk of an abandoned capital ship. Okay. More drone control. Repair arm. Repairs your hull every time you collect scrap, but reduces scrap collected by 15%. That actually sounds super useful. I need to buy that. No, I want to buy it so bad. I guess we'll just repair a ship. Man, I want to buy that so bad. That could be so useful to keep that hull repaired, because that hull gets damaged and you can't repair it without a thing. The Mantis ship here is adorned with rock body parts. It would be a gorier display if they had internal organs, but the message is clear enough. This is a hunter of a very specialized kind. we're gonna attack them. No species deserves a Mantis hunter on their back. Time to make the galaxy a little safer. Engage. Some of the things they say are a little goofy, but they're funny all the same. We're probably about to get boarded, and these are Mantis people, so this is gonna be annoying. Yep, okay. We're actually going to vacate the air here, because I don't have enough people to fight him very well, so we're just going to let him suffocate, if I can help it. Oh goodness. Here, repair that, repair that. Okay. Okay, that's not working quite as well as I was hoping. Let's just go fight him head on. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. We still gotta kill this guy. Okay, we're just gonna fight him head on and hopefully be okay, and I'll seal all these doors. Oh, he's gonna die. Okay. We almost got the Mantis guy killed though. Alright, nice. So we need the oxygen to come back, and we also need to repair this crack, which we have no air in here, so repairing this is kind of annoying, because you have to repair it and then heal again. If we had a robot drone, though, it could be a lot better. Anyway, let's get you guys back to your posts. Repair our weapon system. If they damage your weapon system, you also lose some of your power, so if it's partially damaged, you might not be able to use some of your more powerful weapons. And then if it's fully damaged, you can't use anything. Okay, let's fly out of here. Man, I really want that repair thing. I might double back if I get enough power. Curious sight greets you at this beacon. A disabled rock fighter drifts in space while two Mantis craft battle it out, presumably over who destroys the spoils. Wait, then attack the surviving Mantis or ignore them. Yep. The Mantis craft are both too busy slaughtering one another to notice you. Eventually the smaller ship gets the upper hand when it overrides the enemy door system, flushes the crew into space. Now's the time. Okay, it looks like we might get attacked again. If we do, we'll have to send both crew members out to attack. That's what we learned from last time. And we might have to make a return trip to fight. Or to heal, I mean. Because these guys do a lot more damage than we do, but we can overwhelm them with, you know, superior numbers. Yeah, we're doing okay. Just a one-on-one fight won't ever work unless you heal along the way. Go for their shielding system next. So, let's see, these ones, I forget, I think these are called Enai or Elgi something. They're really good at repairing things, but I think they have like half the health. In the time it took you to eliminate the Mantis ship, the Rock must have repaired their FTL drives and jumped away. You picked the bones of both Mantis ships, so we got a defense drone Mark 2, scrap 16 drone part, 1 fuel 3. If we had a drone system installed, we could actually use this. It fires faster than Mark 1. So this shoots down missiles and shoots lasers and asteroids out of the air, and that can be really useful because missiles will go straight through your shielding a lot of times. So we need to get a drone system installed soon. Which means we gotta save. Saving. Okay, you are... yeah. Okay. Let's jump out of here. Not quite enough yet. This is a dumb idea. We're doing it anyway. Oh yeah, we only get fuel out of here. You get fuel out of fighting these enemy ships. Alright, so we'll go for the shielding system and then the weapon system. Yeah, this wasn't a good idea. I shouldn't have done this. Because we're not going to get much good out of this other than I think we'll get like 1 fuel maybe. Another barrage should take down their shields all the way. And let us start poking holes at their hull. Okay. There we go. Yeah, our shields are taking them down good. I mean, their shields are going down, sorry. And we're doing fine. They're healing, but it's not going to help them enough. Yep. There's no time to salvage the enemy ship. You must jump away before the cruisers get in firing range. So, yeah, there wasn't much good for us right there. Let's make our way to the exit, which we're actually 2 away from, which means we're going to have to do 2 more of these dumb battles. I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. The rebel fleet has found you, and a nearby scout turns to engage. You must flee before the cruisers open fire. Yep, same battle here. Actually, fire there, and fire the missiles there. Oh yeah, they have a laser beam, but it doesn't work if my shields are up, so we're fine. Totally fine. Well, these guys don't ever give up too, I'm pretty sure. They'll keep fighting you. Ah, there we go. Sometimes aiming at the people on the ship, because if they're in the room and the room gets attacked, then they suffer damage. Sometimes, if there's only one guy left and he's really low on health, and sometimes if they don't have a medical bay, you can just attack them directly. Okay. Make one more jump to the exit, and we're going to have to do the same fight here. Yep. We are getting 1 fuel for each jump, though, so it's not that bad. It's just we're wasting missiles that we could be using on better things. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that, but we did, so, you know, that's what we're going to do. We only have 4 missiles left. So I hope that we get out of here and we can pick up some more. And picking up some fuel wouldn't be a bad idea either. Oh, I missed. Oh, that's sad. And another person. We need everything. I need to save my scrap in case we run into another drone thing, because the drones are really helpful. It's like having another person. But if they die, it's okay, because, like, if it's a little robot guy, you just use more drone parts. Oh, yeah, we're out of missiles. Let's fire at their shields, because those are about to pop back up again. Haha. And weapon systems, and we should be good after that. I'm just going to fire at their med bay, just because I want to. Actually, they got a lot of people repairing their shielding, that's bad. Let's go for the shield quickly. Now you're med bay. Oh, I'm a terrible person. They're going to die anyway from this volley. Ta-da! No time to salvage the enemy ship. You must jump away before the cruisers get in firing range. Oh, and our oxygen systems are down. I didn't even notice. I'm going to make a quick cut right here because I think I'm filling up one of my hard drives a little too full. And I'll be back.